Hi children, now we are going to discussing about the rain and rivers part 2. Part 1 we discussed about the formation of the clouds and rains, water cycle, precipitation, humidity, etc. In this part we are going to discussing about the flow of rivers of Andhra Pradesh and floodplains and floods and cyclones. How can the people prepare for the disasters? We can discuss here. There are so many rivers in India: Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus in South India, Godavari, Krishna, Penna. Generally, rivers originated at the mountains. Before going to the discussing this lesson, we have to know the meaning of the river. Water flows in a small streams from the mountains. These are called rivers. Sometimes we are getting rainfall. The rainfall flow on the surface, but not total water going to the ocean or seas. Some of its water percolate into the soil. Some flow on the surface and remaining drain to the oceans and seas. When it's rain, again water flow down the some channels. In this way, river course and river valleys are formed. In rainy season, some rivers full of water. In the summer season, some rivers may be dry up. A river usually is the form of a thin stream at the initial. Afterwards, it gets bigger and broader. This happens because many small streams joining as the streams flow. The river or streams which join a large river are called tributaries. That means the small river joining to main river. For example, Krishna river. So for Krishna river, tributaries Dindi and Musi. This small river joining to main river with Krishna. The time of flow of rivers gets slower. It starts the deposits and silt and sand it has carried on its bed and banks. This causes the formation of floodplains. Look at the picture. Slope and the formation of the rivers. Initially from the mountains is starting thin and gradually it is size, that means width will be increasing. At that time some rivers formed. The small rivers joining into the main stream, that means main river. Some rivers form the deltas. For example, Krishna river. The Krishna river formed Divsima delta and river Godavari formed Konasima delta. The rivers before joining into the ocean, they split into 3 or 4 parts and joining into the water. The word delta is originated from the Greek alphabet delta, that is in triangle shape. We have in our state 2 large rivers, Godavari and Krishna. These 2 rivers starts from the Western Ghats. It receives heavy rains. The rainwater slowly percolate into the ground. Some rivers which starts from the dry region of Rayalaseema like the Penna. Look at the rivers of Andhra Pradesh. Here so many rivers in Andhra Pradesh, mainly Godavari, Krishna, Penna and Tungabhadra. These are all rivers joining into the Bay of Bengal. Why? Because Deccan Plateau slow towards east. That's why all rivers flowing from west to east direction joining into Bay of Bengal. Look at the map. Vamsadhara, Nagavali and mainly we can see in Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam. Godavari river in between the 2 districts, East and West Godavari. Krishna river we can see in Gunturu and Krishna districts. Penna river in Nelluru and some areas of Anantapur and Kurnool. So here some rivers joining into the main rivers, mainly Musi, Dindi. This joining into the main river Krishna. That means these 2 rivers tributary of the river Krishna and one river coming from the Tungabhadra. It is also joining into main river with Krishna. The tributaries of the Krishna is the Tungabhadra, Dindi and Musi. Papagni, Chitravati and Swarnamukhi. These are 3 rivers, sub-rivers are tributaries of the Penna river. Among these rivers, Godavari is the biggest river in Andhra Pradesh. and biggest river also in South India. Godavari also called Southern Ganga. Some river starts in the eastern Ghats receive only moderate rainfall and the water flow rapidly into the sea. That's why they go dry during the non-rainy seasons. It's heavy rain. The river valley is filled with water, allowing no permanent trees or plants to grow here. This treeless bed is called floodplain of the river. All major rivers have their floodplains. Floods we can see mainly in rainy season. The excess floods means excess water leads to the floods. Some part of the country get flooded due to the excess rainfall. Due to this, the low areas submerged. Look at the two pictures. One picture floodplain, one picture flood. Pebbles and sand and some of the sediments deposited nearby the banks. In this picture, we can see little water in the river. Why? Because this river at the time of summer season. In the next picture, floods. Water level during the floods. During the heavy rains, the water overflow the river banks and nearby the river banks, some of the villages submerged. The low rainfall leads to the droughts and heavy rainfall leads to the floods. Floods have become a major problem in our country. Some parts of our country facing flood problems, mainly during the rainy season. This causes severe damage to people, crops and livestock. Vegetation also control the floods and soil erosion. Vegetation cover on the lands, mainly trees, plants, grass, obstruct the run of water. Obstruct means stop the running of the water, mainly velocity of the water. The slow running of the water to percolate into the soil. Now we are going to discussing about the facing the challenges in cyclones and floods. In our state, a long coastal line nearly 973 kilometers. It is frequently faced cyclones and floods. It is occurred usually between the June and December. The worst cyclone hit in November 1977 at the time of high tidal waves swept across the village in coastal Andhra Pradesh, nearly killing 9,941 people and at least 1,000 villages washed away by the cyclone. About 100 people who left their homes to seek shelter in a building in Bapatla died when the building collapsed. Most lives were lost in Divisima, Krishna district. Most of them poor people living along with the sea coast. These people mostly affected during the floods. The floods water are polluted and became unsafe for drinking. If you use the polluted water, we will suffering from diseases like cholera, dysentery, jaundice, etc. During the floods, the government agencies played vital role, mainly Revenue Department, Police Department, NDRF forces and Army Coastal Guards. Government provides food, water, medical help and shifting people from lowland to the safest place, sometimes taking help from the military and coast guards for shifting people by the helicopters. We are going to discussing about the how can the people prepare for disasters, mainly cyclones and floods. Cyclones and floods are a seasonal phenomenon. During the cyclones, listen to the radios or TV weather reports. During the cyclones, keep an emergency kit ready at home. This kit should contain important papers, some food, water, money, and emergency telephone numbers. When you get a cyclone warning, store the adequate drinking water and food grains in waterproof bags. During the cyclones, you should close the doors and windows and stay indoors. And moving to Pakka buildings, if you feel your house is not strong enough. Next, listen to radio, TV for update on the situation. Look out for snakes that may be come out from their holes. As a student, you can play a very significant role in spreading and awareness about the precautions of floods and cyclones. If you need to evacuate the place at your house, pack cloth, essential medication, valuable and personal papers, etc. in waterproof bags to be taken to the safe shelter. And turn off your power. What can do during the floods already given in textbook also. You should drink boiled water. Keep your food covered and don't eat too much. Use raw tea, rice water, tender coconut water also during the diarrhea. Don't let the children remaining on empty stomach. Boil the tap water before drinking, mainly in rural areas. Be careful of snakes. Snake bites are common during the floods. Coming class, we will discuss third chapter.